Alright, guys, welcome back to another edition of Interstellar Insights Bonus Edition. Last time we interviewed my ginger friend Jeremiah Little, and this week we are interviewing another one of my friends. He's a really great Donald Trump and Eric Cartman impersonator. I'm sure you guys are going to be blown away by his skill, but let's hear it all for Matthew Spears. This is the part where you clap and I don't hear it. Okay, welcome to the show, Matthew. How are you doing?
Oh, welcome. It's great to be here, I'll tell you. It's quite a great experience. It's very good. Yes.
So, as you can clearly see there, Matthew is doing a very beautiful Donald Trump impression. As Donald Trump, what are you going to get done for America?
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to close up that border. We're going to make sure that we end the wars, all the wars. We're going to boost the economy back up. It's going to be great. We're going to make it great. It's going to be beautiful.
Oh man, it sounds like you've got a lot going. What are you going to do about the whole border crisis and the fentanyl? What are you going to do about that?
Well, like I said, just close it back up. Do the old work.
Will you make Mexico take in all the deported illegals?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We'll probably take that idea.
What about regarding fentanyl? Will you send the army in to go after drug cartels in Mexico?
I suppose. Yes, I suppose. That sounds like another good idea. Great idea. Just full disclosure, this is for comedic purposes only. Right?
Oh my god.
Just to make
You're
it clear.
killing me, man. You're killing me. All right.
It's comedy purposes
Yes,
only.
I know. I think everyone. FYI, this does not legally reflect my political views.
Yes, this is not political.
Yeah, this is not political. This is all satire. As you can clearly tell, he's not Donald Trump. He's just some scrawny high schooler that does this for fun. Could you talk about your experience in South Park?
Well, it's quite terrible. I tell you, everything that you can. and sometimes, well, some of the teachers, they make me mad, and sometimes I just go, man. And so, but anyway, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Not actually, but yes, it's very great. Comedy is a great thing.
Of course, comedy is a great thing.
Comedic impressions, beautiful.
Yes, it's all very, very beautiful. What experience do you have as impersonating a fat person?
Oh, as a fat person.
Mostly
just Cartman.
Well, let's clear up the allegations. Is Eric Cartman fat? Can you answer that here?
I'm not fat, I'm big boned.
So you're officially, and this is for comedic purposes once again. You're just big boned, as you just clearly stated. Yes.
Yes, I would say that.
Yes, big bone. Yes,
that's the fair account.
Yes, that's very good. But besides impersonating Donald J. Trump and Eric Cartman, yeah, my impressions aren't as good.
That's okay.
The Eric Cartman one is
work.
absolute shit. You're also Matthew Spears. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm just here. I'm around. You'll see me around. I'm a musician. I play the guitar, the trumpet, the mellophone, a little bit of bass, a little bit of piano, a little bit of drums whenever I like. I'm into science. I think I found Interstellar Insights to be a great place to grow my astronomy interests. As a little kid, I like to look at space and was quite fascinated by it, and that's
what you've got to say on that. Okay, that's all great to hear, as you can hear from our great friend here, Matthew Spears. So also tell us, we asked this question to Jeremiah Little, but what's your opinion on gaming? What's your opinion on the gaming scene as of right now?
Well, I'll tell you primarily, I think I wasn't an OG Fortnite player. Let's start on that topic.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, I was not an OG.
That's tough.
It's quite crazy, isn't it?
Well, I'm not an OG Fortnite player either, so I can't really...
Oh, yeah, well, I started in Chapter 4.
Oh, man.
But I still believe that Lego Fortnite is a great game. I still believe that Fortnite Festival is amazing. And I still think Fortnite's a fun game. A lot of people seem to think that, it's not as good as the OG days. But even though I wasn't there, I still think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I remember, I believe it was last episode, we had a PSA from Jeremiah Little regarding VR chat, and I quote, and this quote's not perfect, but stop glazing VR chat.
Yeah, guys.
I believe.
Stop glazing VR chat.
Oh, that's your impression of Jeremiah Little. Yeah.
I could do better. Stop glazing VR chat.
Bruh. Can you do an impression of Kamala Harris?
Oh, Kamala. Interesting. Well, let's see.
Well, I grew up in a middle class family, where everyone mowed their lawns.
Yeah. Did a coconut just fell on your head? I'm not as good as Kamala.
I guess the second one is Tim Walz, because you just gotta sound like a middle-aged dad. Like, well, those are these issues we have to deal with in Minnesota.
Yeah, talking about Tim Walz, I do think it was good to see that vice presidential debate. I do think even regardless of what side you are on, it was
whether
nice
you're on
to
the
see.
aisle, yes.
Right. It was nice to see a civil debate.
Also, once again, to reiterate, this episode does not reflect any or either of my political views. It might reflect Matthew's political views.
That's not true.
But he just cleared it up. That's not true. He's actually a social Marxist. No, I'm just kidding. No. That's just slander. But Tim Walz, if you want to do a Tim Walz impression, you just gotta sound like a dad. It's like, well, these issues, we have to deal with every day in Minnesota. Health. And especially with gun control. My son had to deal with a school shooting when he was 16, and it was very tragic. And then what's JD Vance's impression?
He said,
well,
Tim, I didn't know your son had to deal with that. That's quite terrible.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like something like that. He just sounds like a middle-aged dad. Like that's the Tim Walz. And then JD Vance. JD Vance sounds like someone who's been living out in the country, but like real smart.
Ohio.
So like if you merged a redneck with like Albert Einstein, you get JD Vance. I think because he just speaks so articulately, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, reminds me of my AP US history teacher, Mr.
I don't. Okay. I was gonna say no name drop. That person is actually a fictional character. But yeah, if you do that, I'm gonna have to bleep that. But then again, I don't know how to bleep it, so who's really enforcing that? It's like, what's a law that's not enforced?
No, I made up that history teacher.
I don't know, public drinking, like that. That's exactly what it's like. But to be clear, that person is entirely fictional. Okay. So is it true? Oh, actually, here. So a little bit of context on this question. A couple weeks ago, me and Matthew Spears went to go see probably one of the greatest eye-opening documentaries of all time, starring Matt Walsh, called "Am I Racist?" Now, I never really asked this question, but I believe it's important for Matt to talk about this. But what was your impression after seeing that documentary? How did you respond to that documentary, if you will?
Well, I did find it very interesting to see a perspective on such a important issue.
It's very
in America
important.
Today.
Yeah, it's very important, especially with the election. Yes.
Yes, upcoming election. It is a very important thing. It has been a problem in the past. I think there are some different perspectives on how we should approach said issue. I believe that a very good belief by Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman once said that the best way to get rid of it is to stop talking about it.
Dang.
Yeah. So I think if you don't have to judge based on that. If you just look at a person, like, we're all people. Like, it doesn't matter. We're all just some egg inside. There's brown eggs, there's white eggs. We're all just some egg inside. Right? So, and there's no necessary reason to, like, judge one or the other, right? I think we don't have to keep, like, labeling different parts of society and saying, like, oh, you only fit into this group, right? That's also another thing. The danger of a single story is, like, we can't look at one race and say, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. I think we're just all people, And also, going into astronomy a bit, right? As one people, as one world, not as a nation, right? As one world, we should look to the cosmos to learn as much as we can.
Dang, you do realize that this bonus show is completely not relevant to astronomy, right?
I don't care. Astronomy is very relevant to everything.
Sure. Just to reiterate, last week like a month ago, We talked about ginger rights. What's your opinion on What's your opinion on ginger rights? What do you have to say to people like Jeremiah Little?
I mean, keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're living your life. That's fine. Fine by me.
Do you believe that gingers are a very are a very ostracized group? Do you believe that they deserve ginger reparations for the amount of gingers don't have soul jokes?
Oh, I think gingers are perfectly okay as they are. I personally have not encountered such maybe depreciating jokes. I think gingers are chill, you know.
I'd adjust the mic so we can receive both ends. Besides that, what do you have to say about what's going on down in Florida? Hurricane Helene.
Yes, the hurricane. It's very interesting. It is interesting the point that we've gotten to where we have such ginormous storms and such terrible storms. Yes, our heart goes out to those people there, and we wish them the best in their recoveries. It has been hard to watch, even from up where we were.
Oh man, that's just so sad to hear. On that note, what's your opinion on social media, especially with brainrot? Where do you see us going in the next couple of years in terms of brainrot?
I think brainrot is just a phase. It's a word they're using to define something that kind of continues throughout time. If we look at the past, there's been other forms of brainrot, like, per se, dank memes or other things.
Dank memes. I remember, we grew up in a generation where we had dank memes. You don't see that many these days, but there's Peppo. No, not Peppo. Why did I say Peppo?
Pepe the Frog. Yeah.
Pepe the Frog was one, but I was thinking of Peppa the Pig.
Oh, Peppa
Pig. For a period of time, that was a major part of the dank meme culture, as well as stuff like MLG Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Exactly.
Yes. I feel like this is a new era, for Generation Alpha, I grew up in a time where, we didn't have things like COVID-19 or homelessness or galaxy gas, if you know what I mean. And note, this is all from 2019, which is 5 years ago.
Right, it's predating all this stuff.
Yeah, it predates Skibbity Toilet, in fact,
Oh, I think Skibbity Toilet was actually around for longer. Kind of like Fortnite. It didn't take off until a while, but I feel like I remember Skibbity Toilet.
I'm sure someone watching can fact check us on that. If they can find a singular origin point for Skibbity Toilet, that'd be very nice. But yeah, Jeremiah Little as well. He grew up in a time where we had dank memes and Minecraft and Roblox and stuff. Speaking of Minecraft and Roblox, what is your opinion on those two popular games?
I think Minecraft is a very fun game. I think Roblox there's a lot of very different ways to play.
Yes. I feel. Do you support the statement that Roblox might be dying a little bit, if you will?
I don't know about dying per se. I've seen quite a few of Roblox, coming and going, and I've seen lots of people use it. Right. I think.
Yeah.
There's some things that we may need to bring back in Roblox that might bring people back. Similar to OG Fortnite. I think there's a few modes that people would like to have back. Yeah,
kind of like a 1 month event where they bring back OG Roblox. Is that what you're thinking about?
Sure, something like that.
I think that's a very, very, very good, thing to note.
They should also bring back Plinko.
Plinko, yes.
Plinko.
Yes. Moving off to another important topic, what's your opinion on Chuck E. Cheese? We both grew up in the era of Chuck E. Cheese, Yeah,
that was an interesting era. Chuck E. Cheese, I think it's fallen off at this point.
Oh, especially with COVID. COVID is like the last nail for Chuck E. Cheese, especially with the whole pizza conspiracy theory. That does not help. Do you believe in that conspiracy theory?
I can't say I do.
You can't say, because once again, that's a very political topic, We have people debating over whether, Chuck E. Cheese, supposedly, fake recycles their pizzas, which I think is absolutely gross. And, either these guys are smoking doing a lot of hash oil, or, God knows what they're doing. But yeah, it's a real shame. Besides that, we're talking, I guess really the theme is about Gen Z and, the great Gen Z era from 2012 to 2019 before Gen Alpha became real mainstream and decided to,
Right.
mess with our lives. Yeah.
That's what we would call the golden era for our generation, at least.
Yes,
There was-
that also coincides with the Trump era under the Trump administration. Do you remember anything from the first Trump administration? And I say first because, it's very uncertain, Who knows, maybe this guy gets elected, maybe he, speaking about kind of merging, what's your opinion on Trump memes?
Oh, on the memes?
Yes, on the
Well,
memes.
historically, the memes have been rather entertaining.
Yes, and I
feel like-
do you believe that they could help him with his campaign? Do you believe that Donald Trump might get elected simply because of all these memes, like Donald Pump Fortnite, and how he survived an assassination attempt, and how, he dodged, and, or actually, no, I think it was the Lazy Links one. It was like Donald Pump was golfing at Lazy Links when a squad came in, and one of them tried to escape on his G-Wagon before being third-partied by local police, or something like that. I'm really digressing. Do you believe that Trump could get elected because of these memes?
I mean, it could have an impact on some of the younger voters, if such younger voters go out and vote. Both sides do campaign towards the younger generation because they're the ones who want to be able to make decisions for this country. So I feel like either way, for either side, anything that more appeals to them, like per se the memes, may have a sway. It's just a matter of how many of these younger voters come out and actually vote.
Now, on that note, excuse me, what would you say, how do I word this? Do you believe that Kamala Harris has any good memes?
I would say yes. There's the coconut meme. There's a more recent meme was the Doritos meme. There's been memes made out of her and that side too. The memes on both sides, memes that can help and hurt.
Do you believe that one side has a better quality meme than the other?
I would believe that Trump's side has the better quality meme, as he seems to have more funny moments in his past debates, in his current debates, and I mean simply his voice too. That on its own with
Yes.
like
Could you give an
impressions I do.
example? Man, now you're chuckling. That's not good.
Well, I know there's one. I think it's on everybody's
They're eating
mind,
the
but it's
cats.
they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And right, that becomes a meme. That
Yes.
that for comedy that's been reused. It was even made into a song. It was like they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
Yes.
Eat the cat. And so no matter which way that sways somebody, it still has a significant impact.
Of course, absolutely. Who doesn't love a good meme,
Exactly.
Young and old, I feel like, unless you're born from like the 1910s or whatever, but it seems like memes have been a very, very, very significant, cultural aspect, if you will. Memes,
Of course.
Memes, decide everything. They decide whether I should go get the Spider Whopper from Burger King or the Grimace Shake,
The Grimace Shake, yep. The Panda's Po Shake from Burger King too.
Yes, exactly.
That was
Also,
quite delicious.
what's his name? Ryan Harambe Slagle,
yes.
who might be my dad. He might be a future guest on the show. He loves his Grimace Shakes, if you will. He loves
Of
Grimace
course.
Shakes with Fortnite,
So does Connor Lane.
Oh, Connor Lane. Once again, maybe another potential future guest on this show. But yeah. Yeah, those people love their Grimace Shakes. They absolutely love the Grimace Shakes.
Yes, they're
Absolutely. They're absolutely great. Yeah. So yeah, Grimace Shakes are very important. What do you have to say to... it's a very tough question. What is your opinion on your class government, if you will? You said you were thinking of running with your Donald Trump impression. Is that true?
That was also comedic, I think, more so than if I would actually run. I don't think I would base it on that kind of campaign.
Well, is it true that the class of 2027 is becoming a failed state, if you will?
That's what I seem to think at first, but I've looked closer at it now, and it seems they've done some good. So maybe there might be a little more that they could try to milk out of it, but actually, to my surprise, they did do a better job than I did expect them to do. So
So they superseded your very low expectations.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Alright, yeah.
Although I still might be able to kick out some of the ones that aren't as good. There might be a couple couple that need to be removed for a more, powerful administration, to raise more money, to have more school spirit, if you will, as there are some in there who would appear to just be there to be there. But time will tell as far as that is concerned.
Yes.
There is nothing set in stone, and I believe that they still could do a good job. It's just if they don't.
Oh yeah, speaking of school spirit, I forgot this week is homecoming.
Oh yeah, homecoming week. Gotta lock in.
Oh yeah, right now, FYI, right now it's Sunday afternoon. This episode is getting uploaded on Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. I mean that's going to be the new norm for the show. But yeah, this is what homecoming week, homecoming spirit week. I'm in charge of the pep rally, wearing a headset, barking at people. Man, I actually kind of need to get on top of that and email everyone involved there. Who I will not list names, but they are very muy importante, if you will.
The great runner of the class of 2026. Sorry, like Leakin's here. And this pep rally should be quite interesting. I do think the sophomore class actually has a good chance of bringing home the spirit stick. I think we got it. We just gotta lock in a homecoming game. Let's win it for the first time in probably like 8 years. Century needs to make a comeback. I think the marching band will be a very key factor.
You'd say
in
that
getting the hype up.
We're both in marching band.
Hey, we won last time.
Yeah, but oh wait, I forgot we have a game on. Now we have to go to and I don't want to. Just say it's Gallipoli or something like that, because I don't want to dox us.
What?
Because we have a show Saturday, but I don't want to say the name of the high school, even though I've kind of doxed myself multiple times on the main show. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about anymore. Because we had that show, and then because that's really early, because we have to get there at 7 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah,
right?
it's most likely early.
It's early, but then we don't have to do awards.
Right, we may not have to.
Because
I'd like to stay.
I don't know. I'm kind of the thing is that we really want to have time to get food or other shit like that. So it'll be like the show 2 weeks ago, if you know what I mean.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, and then later that night it's homecoming dance. I guess we should move on to that. Anyone you plan on taking, you don't have to give names. It's just yes or no. I don't need any details.
Well, no, actually. Unfortunately, I will not be taking anyone. I won't even be pulling up.
Dang.
Sadly. Yeah. Last year it was kind of mid, if I'm gonna be honest. This generation's music, no, but it just wasn't the same.
Dang.
It didn't have that feel, and especially with no one to take. I think I might have to pull well, we'll see. But
Dang.
yeah, so at the moment there's not much going on in that realm.
Womp womp.
Might stay home and watch something interesting.
Stay home and watch something interesting, or stay home and listen to this episode of Interstellar.
Of course.
No. Yeah. I don't know what the thing. I'm not in charge of the dance. Thank God, because I don't have time between that marching band. Although we only have 2 shows left after the show. Yeah. So we're actually coming towards the end of the season, which is okay. I'm glad we didn't have a show yesterday.
It's ending quite quickly.
We only have 4 rehearsals left.
Yep.
4 actual rehearsals to clean up. Well, I mean, because I did this week. I think theoretically this week we should be working on music, incorporating music
And
because
cleaning.
a lot of people couldn't take a hint that you're supposed to have it memorized because we finished the show
I just memorized it last night.
It's not that bad. I memorized it on the spot.
It's pretty easy.
It's not that deep.
It's not that terrible. But yeah.
And we had some choreography. That'll be fun. Some dancing.
Of course. And what else is coming? We got Halloween.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Halloween's in 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's only 2 weeks.
And also the end of the first quarter is in 4 or 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, the end of first quarter.
That's
another
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what else? But yeah, it's all coming up very very quickly. It's quicker than what's something that's quick? Quickly tell me.
I don't know. It just goes by fast, you know.
Yeah,
Every year
yeah.
It gets faster
It
because
goes by faster and
as
faster.
we get older, time goes faster because it's a smaller percentage of the time we've been alive.
Yeah. So take it from that very very philosophical interpretation that was provided to us by Lord Matthew Spears VI. I don't know why I added the 6, but you all know what I mean. So, LOL. What classes are you taking right now?
Well, got my requirements all set up.
Are you taking A-Push?
A-Push, yep, A-Push. A-Push is a fun class.
Are you taking SEM?
Yes, AP.
Oh, bro.
AP seminar.
Seminar is
It's a fun
big
class.
booty. I thought this was really fun for you.
Not really. It's
Mid.
It's okay. The hope is it'll get better. It's an interesting classroom where that happens.
Speaking about A-Push, will you be learning all about Donald Trump?
I don't think we get that far. I think it ends probably.
I feel like you should ask your
80s.
A-Push teacher about that.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I think the book, our A-Push book, does actually go up to it does have a paragraph about Trump's presidency. It's very interesting because I feel like history classes like that, it's kind of, as time goes on, there's
Yes,
way more.
they've got to update their curriculum.
You know?
Now, 2 years from now, kids are going to be talking about the Butler, Pennsylvania, or Lazy Links, or Joe Biden dropping out. The Biden-Trump debate that ended in total failure for President Biden, if you know what I mean.
Quite unfortunate.
Yes, quite unfortunately. Speaking of, why did you do that? You went
just
Yes, I know this area is very dusty. I know it's very dusty.
Fine.
It's dusty for a studio, which isn't really a studio because it's my office.
It's okay.
All right, and you're just sitting here. What's your opinion on Mr. Beast?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
This is a very controversial, very political topic.
It's a very interesting topic here, Mr. Beast. Yeah, it seems he knew a couple things. A couple things he should have said. Yeah.
What about Ava Chris Tyson?
Oh, that's quite the situation.
I know it is.
On.
Ava Chris Tyson and Diddy.
Oh my.
They all occurred within 1 year.
That's terrible. Yeah, no. 2024 has been the craziest year, I think, probably of our lives.
Yeah, the last crazy year was 2020, and that was because some idiot ate, some rat off the road and got COVID or something like that.
Yeah, that was crazy because this is crazy.
This is crazy. This is crazier.
Yeah, it's been a wild year, ups and downs.
Absolutely. What's your opinion on Ryan Slagle?
Ryan Slagle, he's pretty chill. He's a good drummer from what I can tell. He's an amazing member, amazing percussion member.
I'm going to give you some groundbreaking news about Ryan Slagle that I believe that you might want to hear, and it's very simple. Did you know that Ryan Slagle likes watching Minecraft in Ohio memes?
That sounds believable. That sounds like a Ryan Slagle type activity.
Yes. Yeah. Do you believe that to be a good or a bad thing for Ryan Slagle?
I mean, to each their own. That's his choice of what he wants to spend his time doing, and he's pretty chill. He gets the job done when he needs to. So I think it's fine.
Oh, that's very good to hear. What else? Oh yes. What's your opinion on his Minecraft memes? Excuse me for a second. What's your opinion?
Minecraft memes. He's very good. He's very good with those. He seems to do a very good job of.
Yeah, I had to move over for a second to grab a very important document regarding Ryan Slagle. So Ryan, do you believe that he eats a lot of bananas?
allowed to eat bananas?
A lot of bananas.
Eats a lot of bananas?
I mean, I did
He
see
might.
him. I
I've
saw
seen
him.
him
I
eat a
saw him
banana.
freak out. I saw him freak out. I think there was a banana peel on the ground, and he went absolutely bananas.
Oh.
Oh, see what I did there?
Yeah, that was
Ha
a
ha
good
ha.
one.
Yes. Yes. Muy importante. Anyways, let's talk about South Park. I believe that's a great topic to switch off to. How often do you watch South Park?
I mean, every so often I'll watch a couple clips, just to get the gist of what's going on. They have some interesting opinions they seem to give out. There's some interesting messages that are to be made from there. It's a very interesting show. Props to the creators for what they've done with the show. It's
Ooh,
crazy how it's...
You're going to have to pay for that, unfortunately. You buy it, you break it. Oh yeah. What's one of your top favorite episodes of South Park?
I would not say that I have a favorite episode. I don't see enough.
Hmm.
I don't really watch the
Interesting.
full episodes. Maybe just reviews of a couple clips that have interesting messages. That's about it.
Yeah. I think my favorite episode is the one, I think it was called Strong Woman or something like that, and it's like, wait, no, that's not the right one. Well, that's one of them. But there's one where, like, what's his name, Randy, who's like Stan's dad or whatever. He tries to take down the Christopher Columbus statue because it offends him, but he does the DNA test to like prove that he's Native American, and so he like kisses a Native American before taking a DNA test of his, stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then he watches an ad for a DNA test. He's like, I found out I'm 0.1% Native American. I found out that I'm 3% Asian. I found out that I'm 4% black. And then it went from that to like, I'm 2.78% victim. I'm 10% victim. I'm 7.64 victim, and so on and so on. That's just funny.
Yes, I've seen that clip. It is very interesting how that has what they're trying to say there.
Yes, I know. It's absolutely, muy interesante, if you know what I mean.
Of course.
Yes, of course. Very, very interesting. So, well, what's your opinion on Comedy Central in general? Do you believe Comedy Central is funny or unfunny?
I'd say it's pretty funny. Yeah, I think Comedy Central's got some pretty funny stuff on it.
Well, actually, didn't they... I think South Park's now only streaming on HBO Max or something like that. I don't know if it's still owned by...
I'm aware, yeah. It is streaming on Max. I think it was on Comedy Central. I think
It was on Comedy Central, I believe, for a period of time. I don't know if HBO bought it or they just have a partnership. And, I don't follow that up.
No, most of the time now, Comedy Central is mostly just The Office. But
Yeah. What's your opinion on crime?
crime?
Drugs, terrorism,
Uh,
abortion, and the war on drugs.
Those are interesting, very interesting topics, if you will. Yeah, I think we got to approach it as a society to try to create a unity that allows us to fix some of these issues that kind of cause problems in our societies. I think lots of people would wish that didn't have to be the path that they have to take, but sometimes unfortunate occurrences happen. And so we just got to work on bringing ourselves back to a state in which we can deal with those occurrences in a better, safer way, and to manage certain coping mechanisms so that they don't become dangerous to the people who use them.
Yes, that's very well said. I believe you said everything right. You sound a little bit like Immanuel Kant or Montesquieu or John Locke, but yeah, once again, muy importante.
Yes.
Lobachi. So, anyways, besides that, here's a question I believe everyone wants to know that's listening to this. What is your opinion on the hit show Breaking Bad?
I think it's a great show. I actually have not seen that much of it, but from what I've heard about it, it is quite an interesting show. It is an interesting story, and an interesting message, just based on what I do know about it.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Breaking Bad, I believe, is number one on TV shows. Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. As someone that is a Breaking Bad scholar who studies the texts and the
Of course.
by that I mean the transcripts,
Right.
and the scenes, and trying to do some loose ends, such as the origins of Gustavo Fring. We know a lot about Gustavo when he entered Mexico in 1984, but we really don't know much before that when he lived in Chile. In fact, if they want to do another Breaking Bad show, I would like if they could do a show centered around Gus Fring and his time in Chile, and at the end of the series is ultimately when I believe it should be up to when how far do you know about actually I don't want to spoil it, but certain evil things that happened to him at the hands of Hector Salamanca and the cartel, but they should do that, and then the ultimate founding of Los Pueblos Hermanos in the end of the season.
Of course.
But of course that's one of the big loose ends. Gus Fring, who is he? I think that might be the biggest Breaking Bad mystery that's still unsolved. Is what was Gus Fring's? Oh my God, you stupid alarm! Sorry, an alarm just popped up. I don't know if that got on the podcast because it's emulating through my ears. But once again, one of the biggest mysteries in the Breaking Bad series. Who is Gus Fring? What did he do in Chile?
Yeah. I genuinely don't know that much about it, but that does seem. The little I have heard about Gus, yes, that seems like a very interesting idea. I must say the Better Call Saul theme and the memes surrounding it does produce quite a great theme. I know I've learned to play that, to actually play that theme on my guitar, and it is fun.
Yes, it's very, 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 very nice. Are you familiar with the show Metastasis?
No, I'm not.
It's basically the Spanish localized version of Breaking Bad featuring Walter Blanco. That's literally his name, Walter Blanco.
Interesting.
I believe that they should make a prequel to Metastasis called Cuéntale a Saúl, for Saul Bueno.
Interesting.
Hold on. Let me fact check that right now.
Saul Bueno.
Is there
No, Bueno Hombre? Just
prequel
Bueno.
to Metastasis? Metastasis. Excuse me. Was a very good show. Was very well received. But here's the thing: I would find it very interesting if Vince Gilligan found a way to connect the two universes together, sort of like with Wolverine and Deadpool, and integrating that to the MCU. What if we could integrate Metastasis into the greater Breaking Bad universe? Because we know that from the story of Metastasis, Walter Blanco is from Colombia. Okay, he's a completely different dude.
Right.
It could be very true that they occur, both at the same time, and just once in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and once in Colombia. Although, while we're on that, there could be some lore discrepancies because when we look at Better Call Saul, we can clearly see that the cartel had connections to cartels in Peru and Colombia that were still around. However, they don't really touch up on that. So, and once again, this could be before the events of Metastasis. We still don't really know. We estimate it started around the same time as Walter White's journey did in 2008. But if there was a way, and even then, if there were such a if there were, I don't know what the Spanish version of Heisenberg is, if it's just Heisenberg, but
Right.
If there were a way to connect them, because as we saw throughout the story, they weren't concerned about Colombia or Central America. They're mainly focused on Albuquerque and Northern Mexico, DEA. Hank Schrader, those were his two focuses. He did not talk about another meth cook that could be cooking up blue meth in Colombia or something like that. That was trickling into the U.S. Or who knows? Maybe Walter Blanco's operations were small, that they were just all within Colombia, you know. I think these are questions that need to get answered, and questions that Vince Gilligan, should answer. Is Metastasis in the same universe as Breaking Bad? These are all fan-based conspiracy theories, but they cannot be answered until there's new media made.
Right.
Muy importante.
Always, of course.
Anyways, moving on from Breaking Bad, you've said many times that you believe Cooper Johansson is an absolute GOAT. Is that true?
Of course.
Yes. Yes, he's very goated, isn't he?
Yes, he's an amazing man. Gonna do some great things in the future.
Gonna do some great things. So,
of course.
Yawning. Yes, I absolutely think he's great. Oh yeah. I kind of forgot to ask this question. I should have asked this earlier. What are your other? Excuse me. I'm yawning. What are your other school courses that you are currently taking besides APUSH, APSEM, and band? What other things are you doing?
Just the usual. Let's see. We got Algebra 2. We got Spanish 3. I'm taking
Biology, yeah.
Biology, yep.
Graduation prereq in the state of Maryland, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff. Are you taking CSP?
Will be next semester.
Ooh, nice. Good stuff, my man.
Of course.
Excuse me. Sorry. Yawning. I had a busy morning volunteering, but of course, I'm back here with a 1 hour break in between this interview and that, so it's been real fun between there and then, but yeah. So, how do I want to phrase this? What is your opinion on the current state of Marvel Studios and the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I think it's at a point where it's just kind of floating, almost. I feel like we haven't had a amazing release. I mean, from what I've heard, Deadpool Wolverine was great.
But can they keep it up?
Can they keep it up? I think before that it was just kind of floating since. Well, I don't know how far back it goes, but it seems the most exciting parts of it are sort of dwindling down. But I don't know. There may be yet more to determine what could be interesting in the future.
Interesting. How should I phrase this? Isn't there a Fantastic Four movie coming later 2025?
There might be.
Excuse me, and there's the new Doom movie 2026. Avengers Doomsday? I think that's what it's called. Featuring Ronnie Downey Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, as
Fortnite had a preview for that.
So. Fortnite. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Fortnite season. I need to hop on Fortnite because we have 3 weeks left and I'm at level 81.
Yeah, it ends pretty much when Marching Band ends, actually.
Yeah, I need to lock in for that grind. Ryan Slagle, if you are listening to this, I want to play Fortnite with you to help me get my battle pass completed, so that way I can flex on all my fellows, if you know what I mean. Hop on, let's get it done. Yeah, that's what I've got to say about it.
I think I'm about level 150 here.
I'm level 83. I haven't even completed the main battle pass before bonus.
Yeah, I've gotten most of the bonus. I've gotten all the V-Bucks from the bonus, just not the special skins, I guess. I don't care so much for those. I care more for the V-Bucks, just in case.
Yeah, it's the V-Bucks and the special skins.
Gem
but the
tracks
flex on people, if you know what I mean by that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I spend most of my time grinding Lego Fortnite. I think it's a great game. I've got 3 villages, including the Star Wars one. I actually haven't played the new update, Lost Isles that much, but I have been spending quite a bit of time with the original Lego Fortnite setup. So
Just not touching a wire. That's going to interfere with the audio later. Yes, that's. Wait, hold up. How often do you play Fortnite?
Oh, it depends. Maybe like three or four times a week. I don't know. I usually, and it's usually in a season.
Yeah.
Like I play like every other season for the battle pass if it's good. And then I'll either do something else, or like I'll either play something else, or I just won't play much video games. So it fluctuates.
That's very good to hear. How do you feel? What would you do if they added Skibbity Toilet and Grimace in Fortnite? I think I asked this question to Ryan in person. I'm probably gonna ask it to him again once he gets on the show. But what's your opinion on what would you do if Skibbity Toilet were added to Fortnite?
I would find that an interesting addition. I don't know how they would do that. I don't think Skibbity Toilet would be a playable character. However, what are they? The TV men, the cameraman, speaker men, whatever. They might be, but that would just be weird. I think Fortnite would either spike or drop like crazy, because that's just such a weird thing to have added there. I don't know what I would do in that situation. It would be weird for sure.
I agree. It would be weird. Most certainly, if you will. Speaking about such topics, what would you do if they made a Skibbity Toilet movie?
Oh, they probably will. I might end up watching it ironically with a couple of buddies. We might just get like 20 people to like pull up in the theater and just like
the costume. Imagine that.
In the Skibbity Toilet surprise.
Yeah.
New toy. Oh my. Yeah. So, holy, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. That's a great observation. You know. That'd be like a social experiment almost. Getting people dressed up as Skibbity. That'd be like the whole. Have you seen the Minions movie?
Oh yes, of course. I've heard of that.
Dressed up as like
suits.
Yeah, suits, or even suits, or like bananas. I think you know the Vector TikToker dude.
Oh yeah.
The guy cosplays as Vector.
Oh yeah.
I think he flooded the movie theater with like a bunch of
Vectors. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like to call respect. You know.
Of course.
Gru.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, what's your take on the Minecraft movie?
Oh boy. So I feel like it's interesting. I feel like they could have gone way better with that. Honestly, in my opinion, it should be fully animated. Just a live action. It should be fully animated, more of a block style, like Minecraft. The weird like mix of the animation and the weird live action characters is something I don't quite. It doesn't quite sit with me as
it doesn't bode with you.
I feel like a lot of people would say that it's not. There's a lot that they left on the table.
So. Yes, I absolutely agree there. Again, with all the I feel like that's gonna be a gimmick. Because I just won't stop yawning whenever we do more episodes of this. But anyways, I'm digressing. Absolutely, I think the Minecraft movie could have been done better. Have you seen the fan-made Minecraft movies? A little bit more true to the game, if you will.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have reinterpreted that. I think it's gonna flop, like Megamind 2. It's gonna be. There's so much more they should have put in there.
Well, did you hear about that new Joker movie that flopped?
Yeah, I heard about that. That was
Womp womp.
Unfortunate, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah, it must have been real bad.
Yeah.
This wasn't as bad as Am I Racist? That movie, or that documentary actually was well received.
Yeah, it seemed to do pretty good on its opening couple of days. I think it tapered off towards the end there, a couple, maybe not so good reviews, but generally it seemed to do pretty good. That was
Whoops. Sorry. If you're hearing all these weird noises, it's just me drawing on a piece of paper as we talk, because paper drawing is very epic.
Yep. That movie did make you think of it.
I agree. That movie does make you think. Makes you look at each stuff, Yeah. So, let's talk about... Oh yeah, aren't you doing track?
Oh yeah, last year I did track in the spring. I actually kind of hyped for this season this year.
Are you doing indoor or...
I probably will not do indoor.
You're going to do...
And that also kind of...
Because that
might give me more time to, like, get ready for the track
indoor
season.
percussion, so...
Yeah, hopefully we get some...
I heard Simon wants to do indoor and... He wants to do both.
Well, yeah, it is a different character.
Yeah, he's a different breed. Well, I mean, let's talk about this Simon fella. Do you believe that this Simon fella is epic?
Of course. This man... This is one of the greatest men I've met. I think he has quite the amazing future. I think he'd make a great dad, for sure. He's what?
That's nice thing to say about him.
No, definitely, for sure. Just his mannerisms. He's always happy. He very chill, very funny guy.
And he looks like Ben Stiller.
He does. He looks like Ben Stiller. He also looks like Ron DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis?
No, not Ron DeSantis. I think it's Ron DeSantis, the pole vault world record holder.
I thought you said Ron DeSantis. I was about to lose my shit.
The spitting image of Simon Few. I think Simon Few is the spitting image of him.
I think Simon's brother looks more like Ron DeSantis.
Okay.
That's
fair.
With the hair. Other than that,
this year I think Simon will be doing pole vault, and so maybe he'll set a world record just like Duplantis did, and it'll be fun to watch.
Duplantis, DeSantis, they all sound the same, man.
And it's completely different. I think I don't even remember what country.
Exactly,
Duplantis was from.
which is why I'm not getting involved in that matter of affair. A piece of lead is broken. But yeah, very, very, very wholesome fella.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, very, very wholesome. Yes. You're doing indoor, obviously. What instrument do you hope to get put on? What instrument do you hope to get put on indoor? Indoor percussion.
I said I will not, most likely will not be doing indoor.
Oh, why not?
Just time, I guess. I gotta work a couple things out then. I don't know. And with the loss of our great previous indoor instructor, I think it might be best to.
I mean, we still have someone else who's just as great. I think.
I'm aware of that. It's just it won't be the same vibe, and losing some of our seniors last year, I think.
So you're just detracted away from that.
Yeah, I might come back later. We'll see. We'll see. It's all.
You still got a month to decide. I'm sure.
Right, of course.
I'm sure we'll go over some of the details. I'm probably gonna get put on synth again.
Right.
I like synth. It was It was a very, very chill instrument. Not a whole lot of work.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were some parts where I had to work, like at the beginning of part 2 of last year's show, where I had like a little solo.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, it's been pretty chill. Yeah, good stuff. I hope this show won't be a furry show like last year. No, but by furry, I don't mean like very furry. I just mean that we had to dress up like a bunch of wolves. That was what last year's show was about. For those that are wondering, what were you asking about?
Yeah. Last year's show was an interesting show also.
It was very interesting.
It was Yeah, obviously not.
What do you have to say to the furry community?
Well, there was one. Oh man. Maybe just like don't shove it in our faces. Yeah, don't do it in public. Like,
I don't need to see you peeing in a litter box. Like,
right. I'm not here to tell you what you have to do with your life, but just keep it. I think that should be, even though you're covering yourself up, I think it's indecent exposure. I know that doesn't make sense, but like just don't keep it out of the
Stop
streets.
getting on all fours.
Stop. Keep it away from our
Get it
children.
Get it away. Cool. I don't know what better way to phrase that. But yes, I absolutely agree to furry. Have you heard about Furry Fest 2015 and what they did?
No, I
They,
don't
like-
know at this point. I mean, maybe you can say.
They like trash. It's not like, I mean, it's the premise is they basically trashed the hotel,
Yeah.
and then they wanted to do it again, and then that hotel was pretty fed up, so they told all the other hotels like, nah,
Right.
That's all it was. It's not
Yeah.
like.
All right, that's fine. Yeah. All right, well,
Well, this is my show. You do realize that. 'Cause you see, you're starting to act like me, as in who's control. I feel like you want this podcast to be your podcast.
I
Is that
never
right?
said. I've never said anything.
Well,
towards that.
from your mannerisms, I believe that's what this is implying.
No. This is Michael's podcast. This is his
Oh,
job.
excuse me.
He's done a great job with it, I think.
Besides that, let's talk about, I think, one of the greatest people of all time, Jesse Danger Wolf. Do you think Jesse Danger Wolf will be on this podcast?
We should hope to get him on here. It would be nice to hear from him.
Yes, I believe his input is very, very important. You know.
I know he did an interview a couple years ago. That one was that was a nice interview. I think there's more that he could say. This would be a good opportunity for him to show up and have some statements. But yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I do agree. Regardless of that, you know, we all support Jesse Danger. Absolutely great guy.
Of course.
Good lord, someone's squeaking the door out there. That's not good. But yeah. Yes, all very good, all very important stuff. You know, someone is out there in the hallway, rummaging through the doors, probably looking for food. This is not the place to look for food. You go to the kitchen. But yeah. God, I can't believe it's almost the end of this year.
Yeah, it's going by fast.
We got we're practically halfway through the quarter, almost finished, but we got that, and then where's your stuff? Oh yeah, and then I forgot to go for scheduling in November. Do the scheduling there, and then SATs. See, that's like the last major hurdle I've really got in terms of my college app. Is getting a very nice SAT score, you know. And then PSATs in like a couple weeks.
Yep.
Yes, I saw you register for that. I think,
Yeah.
I think it was you and Simon, something like that.
I think quite a few of us are registered. I think most people would.
Yes,
be.
I think every sane person should register.
Yep.
For the PSAT, regardless of your grade.
Right.
Blah blah blah.
Good practice.
End of story. Yep,
Gotta
exactly.
make sure I lock in.
Yeah, this man's got to lock in. I believe locking in is very important, you know. You have to lock it in, not lock out.
Of course.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, the one last thing I'm going to ask you, it's a very, very important question. I think I covered this early, but I want to have it more defined. Brain rot. What do you have to say to children suffering from brain rot?
You're gonna need to go outside.
Touch some grass.
Touch some grass. Obviously, first off, I think much good. Look, it can be difficult to remove yourself from such an interesting.
It's like eating without YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Right.
It's
You
just like
want to be
that.
able to
Yes.
eat without YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
Just like turn it off once in a while. Go outside. Run around. It will do you more good than you may realize. It'll clear you up. At least reset you a bit so you can lock in when you need to. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know of any viable treatment options for those suffering from chronic brain rot disorder?
Grass. I'd say.
Grass, yes.
Trees. pine cones, pine trees.
I believe second to obesity, brain rot is one of the leading problems in America for young children, especially Generation Alpha. They're the most susceptible to brain rot. They're always going like skibbity toilet, like yeah, Riz, Sigma. All these common terms. Do you believe that brain rot should be constituted as a mental disorder, if you will?
Not necessarily that. It's just a representation of like a societal change, and this attachment we have to electronic devices. And if you break that attachment every once in a while, it can open good opportunities for you to be able to experience things that you may not have realized were possible. Like just sometimes you gotta like go out and see things, and even if you're young, try to whenever you can, try to explore.
Yes, this is all very important stuff. There, I just crushed some lead on my paper. That's just me being very, very descriptive. So yes, I can clearly see that you view brain rot as a very, very important subject. Once again, CDC says that brain rot is a leading health crisis, if you will, for young children. We don't. Have you seen that one speech given? I believe it was some Australian MP.
Australian senator gave.
Yeah.
A
the
speech.
Australian Senate. Yeah. Regarding brain rot, like
Right.
CEO of Ohio.
To the Sigmas of Ohio, this country been phantom taxing us too long. I feel like that may be the wrong way to approach it.
Yes, absolutely. I believe we should have brain rot rehabilitation centers, if you will. Get these kids, just normal.
Just out into the world.
Yes,
It'll do a lot of good.
Yes. Well, thank you for your time being on this podcast. Your impressions are very good. I believe, we had a very good, meaningful hour,
Of course.
Yes. Especially if you're Donald Trump and Eric Cartman impressions. Yes. Who knows? Maybe we'll have Matthew Spears back on, and maybe 64 episodes from now or something like that. But yes, thank you for your very, very nice time. Hopefully next week we can have someone else to interview. Hopefully I can get someone else who wants to be interviewed for the bonus series. But yeah, regular podcast is going to do its own thing, so I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, that is all I've got. This is Michael Akins signing off.